Morgan Ragan, welcome to the Sport Profile.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me.
I am super excited for this conversation because, one, you are like the dream broadcasting scenario where you get to like announce in your own market that you grew up in,
That's it.
and
It's cool.
you're a huge basketball fan.
That's pretty much. I mean, that sums up me in a nutshell. It's a lot of my identity, which I don't know if it's a good thing, but yes, that is
I think it's a
definitely.
good thing.
Okay,
Look,
good.
why is your hometown of Sacramento so important to you? Why has like there's so many people who say like I want to get out of my hometown
Yeah,
as soon as I can. You
yeah.
know, you haven't done that. It's obviously made an impression on you. What has that been like for you?
Well, and when I was young, I totally thought I needed to get out of Sacramento, Northern California. And when I was 19, 18, 19, my get out of Sacramento time was short-lived. It was like a little,
Okay.
probably like 2 years, and it was I sprinkled some time in San Diego and Los Angeles, but I went to Los Angeles because I was like, oh, that's where you have to do TV, whatever. And it was, by the way, so short lived. And
What are we talking like short lived? Like a year, a
like,
couple
it,
months?
it was, it was like, I was probably like a year and a half there where I was like
Okay.
a half year in San Diego. So like that was my time in Southern California.
Yeah.
And it was me trying to figure it out because I was just like, in my mind, it was like, well, I can't make it here in this small market. I can't do anything here. I didn't have the knowledge. I didn't understand. And I didn't have the appreciation and love for like my specific city at that point. You're young, you're immature,
Right.
like you're like, there's got to be bigger and better things. And as soon as like LA, like just ate me up, spit me out, like that was the life there. Trying to host television shows, just all these little things. It was really difficult. When I came back after that short-lived time, just like that, it clicked with me. Oh my
Really?
gosh. Yeah, it was. I mean, it's like one of those things sometimes too. Like if you love something, let it go, and then if it comes back, it's like it's meant to be.
That's a very
That's
good
truly
point.
what I. Yeah, I feel that way about my city, and I like say my city because I take so much pride in
Yeah.
Sacramento now. It's almost like I felt bad as a youngin taking it for granted, and all it's done is given me like my dreams
Yeah.
and like my family is here and my people. It's just, yeah, it's super special, and like not everyone gets to, I guess, feel that or go through that. And like I totally understand that people don't have are always going to have those connections with their city and their people, but like I'm
Right.
so fortunate that I do.
What do you think is your strongest tie? Aside from like your family, obviously,
Yeah.
all being there and, obviously your work, but like what, I guess at that point, coming back from LA, what was
Mhm.
like your strongest tie that like solidified that?
Well, first it was I it ran out of money, and it was just like really hard to pay for a life, like even living with two different people in
Yeah.
an
That's
apartment.
very valid.
Yeah, and I had four jobs. Like I was working for a management group that helped out people with like e-news and all these different things. So like I was trying to get my foot in the door there while working at a restaurant, while working in retail, while
Hmm.
working like any side job I could get. Like I was doing it all, and still it just was like not enough.
Right.
You're just not making enough, and life, it was just hard. So when I moved back because of that, but then once I came back into it, it was like one of those things of it, like on New Year's when everyone's like, let's go out, are we going to party here, are we going to do this? It's not about where you go, it's about who you are with and who you end up bringing bringing in the new year with, that really can make it special. Like even if
I
you're in a
agree.
backyard. Yeah. And like when you have that, and it's like don't let go of that. And I think that was something for me reconnected with some old friends, but it was mostly for me. It was mostly reconnecting like in my adult life with my
Right.
siblings and my parents, and it's like those are my besties. I love them.
Mm-hmm. Which brings me to the person you didn't mention, which is, your podcast partner, Dave.
Yeah, yeah. Deuce, Dave. I mean, it's so funny you even just call him Dave because like when I met him, even he was introduced to me as Deuce. So
Oh,
and the
really?
reason, yeah, and the reason why I mentioned it because I didn't know him at that time. I didn't know him until
How did
20
you two meet? Was it in college or through sports radio?
sports radio. So we met at first we met. I was interning for a local news station in Sacramento. It was my
Yeah.
first time finally going into this market,
Mm-hmm.
and he was at a Kings media day at the old Arco Arena practice facility. Well, at
Mm-hmm.
that point, it was Sleep Train, and someone introduced him to me, and I was like, "Oh, cool! Like we seem like the same age. Cool, whatever." Then, as time went on, we kept like sitting next to each other at games, and he's like, "Would you ever want to like intern in radio?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
Hmm.
I want to do it. I want to do it all."
Yeah.
And he had me come in, and I instantly just vibed with him and this other guy, Jason Ross, and it was one of those really cool moments because I mean, you probably have seen this. I mean, you've talked to a lot of women throughout this professional community, and it's like it's not all men, especially back then, were very inclusive, right? And
Sure.
it was like a boys club at times and all these things. Both those guys took me in, and not only like took me in and like we all had fun together, but it was like they wanted to make me better. They
Right.
like toward me, and they made me included in every single room that we would go in. It didn't matter if it was just them or anyone else. And so yeah, that was the start of my like relationship with Deuce, Jason Ross, but then Deuce and I went on and continued more and more and more stuff together.
I'm so curious because I was
Yeah.
texting our mutual friend Maddie
Yeah.
Kenny
Yeah.
last night, um
Yes.
and I was asking, I'm like, are Morgan and Dave like, are they related? Like, are they
No,
siblings?
no,
Like,
no.
they have such an you two have such like an organic chemistry, and I think that
Thank
first of
you.
all, that's a lesson. I'm like, how does somebody build such an organic chemistry away from your work? Because you two seem to have like mastered it.
Yeah, it's really cool because like I think when you have the same like I want to say like work ethic,
Hmm.
morals, like everything just kind of aligns and you have the same idea, dreams and goals, it makes everything easier, right? And like
Right.
and we're like the same age, so it was like, okay, like I love this. And he's born and raised in Sacramento. So we
Yeah.
also have like, oh, I grew up on, Sacramento Monarchs, Sacramento Kings. Chris Webber was my favorite player. Jason Williams was his. It was like all of that. And it's so funny you talk about someone like Maddie. Even when I we both started becoming friends with Maddie when she was covering the Warriors here in
Yeah.
Northern California, and now she is New York Post, Liberty. But when she was here, it was like that's how even our friendship started. Was like our love for basketball, our love for the NBA and what it's done for our lives. And like, so I don't know, it's really special when you do meet people like that. And I would say for like Deuce and I too, like along the way, we both had goals literally that aligned. Like he wanted to do play by play one day. I wanted to do color. I wanted to be a color analyst one day. And so like we would always just be like, we always had like a feel for what we like and dislike about
Yeah.
people within this art form. And so then when we get to tell each other too, like, hey, like you need to bring your voice from your diaphragm or frame or whatever. It's like we do these
Okay.
little like mechanical things and he'll be
Yeah.
like, hey, like make sure to finish out your analysis even if someone has like a layup in a play, like finish out. Like who cares if I call every possession? Just these again, those are such like fundamental, easy little things.
No, for
But like
sure.
those things that we're able to like even connect on, it's just like we always get to make each other and better in every aspect. It's cool.
Do you two try to one up each other sarcastically?
uh I'm definitely funnier, so it's like not difficult. No, but it's like I think for us, it's easy not to like honestly feel like, oh, who can do better, who can do this better, like there's no
Yeah.
competition there, which by the way sometimes I think we need to be more competitive with what we want, but we want different roles, so
Right.
it's not like we need to. But the thing we will be competitive with when it comes to our podcast is like not like who's doing more for it, but like I'm very much the sales side of our podcast and the business side, and
Sure.
he's much more of the creative side and the graphics and like that kind of stuff. So like when we come together, I'll be like, okay, I did this. Where are you at with your stuff? And he's like, oh, well, I just updated this. And so like I guess that's where like maybe the competitive side could come, but it's only to make things better.
Is it strictly in a business sense, the competition, or like are you too competitive outside of this stuff, outside of these worlds?
So we both play. Like I played basketball my life. He
Yeah.
didn't. He didn't play growing up except like just playing on the blacktops, whatever.
Right.
Because he had an interesting like childhood. Like
Mm-hmm.
his parents weren't really like in his life, and like they weren't bringing him to sports. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I had very involved parents, and so like they're like paying for AAU basketball. I'm playing in every league. I'm doing every single thing. Like
Right.
I thought I wanted to go pro for a second, but anyway. So then we will play one on one, and we get very competitive. Like it's not
Mm.
good. But then when we play in a team oriented form, I guess like 3-on-3 or 5-on-5
Yeah.
or whatever, it's like we ball out together.
Okay.
Like put us in the pick and roll and like we'll execute.
Yeah. Do
It's
some mo. It's just gonna be
fantastic.
the next 2K character.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. But that's I guess one on one, we're definitely competitive.
I love that too. But listen, let's talk pro hoops.
Yeah.
How do you feel that there's a WNBA team back in your area?
Oh my goodness. It is the coolest thing in the world. I had a moment when they clinched the playoffs
Yeah.
against the Wings. It was at home, and I just started to cry after the game. I just started to
Really?
cry. Yeah, and I was like, and I didn't know why. Like I couldn't put my finger on it because I was like, it's not because they made the playoffs. I'm not crying because of that. It was everything. It was like everything from the crowd to the magical historic season to like me being in this space where I was like doing my dream job, and it was like this opportunity, and this is where it all came around to was
Yeah.
this opportunity wouldn't have happened unless professional women's basketball was back in Northern California. And
Right.
that hit me, and then I like see these little girls and little boys, and I like see them cheering on the Valkyries, and I'm like, that was me. Like that's what started my love for the game, and it just made me thankful that like what the space, the cities that I love the most, they're going to benefit from this, and people are going to grow and learn and have the same opportunities as me, hopefully.
Right. No, for sure. Is there a different sense of gravity to it that it is an expansion team versus, maybe another team, the W, short distance away, like the LA Sparks. Is there a different gravity to it that this is an expansion team?
You mean like is it what do you mean by that? Like
I guess what I'm saying is like, is there, does it feel more impactful for you that you're the first broadcaster in this team's history versus
I
if
see.
you were to join an organization like the LA Sparks, who have been, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, the LA Sparks are one of the original organizations of the
Yep.
W. So I guess is it more impactful to you that you are the first broadcaster in this team's history?
There's been some people that have like brought that up, and I didn't feel it when I got the job. Like I wasn't thinking about that. I
For
was I
sure.
was really, thinking like, "Oh my gosh, I'm doing a dream job in the WNBA.
Yeah.
This is amazing." And then it was like even in that moment when they clinched the playoffs and everything, that I think I felt those things, that extra mile, and
Mm.
like people then like my producer Tim Sullivan, one of the best producers I've ever had in my entire life. Like he's an amazing producer, but he's an amazing person.
Yeah.
And he called me, or he either texted me or called me the next day, kind of saying like, you got to do this. You were part of like history. You were part of this moment. And like, when someone you care about kind of says that thing to you that you respect a lot, it sunk in a little bit more then. And I was like,
For sure.
whoa. And I was like, well, so were you. You were a part of it too. Like so yeah,
Try to share the love.
It was special. It was cool.
Absolutely. Do you have any, I guess, like, from your entire career, do you have any broadcasting superstitions or any like pregame kind of rituals for broadcast or your podcast?
Yeah, podcasts not so much. It's so easy because we're very reactionary too, off
Yeah.
of like a game and like what's going on, and so it's like you're reacting off stuff. Like you're not prepping numbers, because guess where we're prepping numbers for the post game show and all these things. So then it just comes in and it just rolls off our tongue by then.
Right.
But I guess for like broadcasting, like it doesn't matter if I'm hosting or an analyst on a pre or post game show or as a color analyst. I guess like I spend the entire day, like when I say getting ready, I mean getting ready like physically, like makeup, hair, and everything, but I also get like getting ready, like still prepping. And
Yeah.
I'm already prepped, but I just don't want my mind to go anywhere else. I don't want to go watch a show because I have time at 11 a.m. Like, I'll work out, I'll do little things like that. But I guess my thing is like all day is a work day on a game day.
That's a really good mindset.
Is it though? I don't know.
For somebody like you who has lived and breathed basketball, yeah, it
Okay,
is.
okay. Oh my God. I was like, because sometimes you hear like NBA players, they're like, yeah, once I'm out of the gym, like I go home and I won't watch too much basketball, and I'll just be with my family. And like, I want to be with my family. Like, I want to, like, my family lives around me. Like, I want to
Yeah.
go around the corner and be with my family. But at the same time, like, there's also this weird guilt of like, I can't have too much fun. Like, I need to keep my mind right. It's a weird, maybe as I get older, like, I'll find a balance of it.
I
But
feel
right
that way
now,
too, honestly.
okay,
A little bit. Like with
okay.
doing this, like after the year I've had, I need to be doing like podcast. Like my mind is like so focused on that because I know what the alternative is like.
Yes, yes. And so I guess does that drive you to, it's not put more work into it, but like drive you to be so hyper focused on like this is your baby and this is what you want to be great at. So you want to be dabbling, not dabbling, but like making sure you're connected to it 24/7 almost.
I think it does to a degree. I definitely think it does to a small degree, yeah, because I just know what the alternative is like, and I don't want to go back into that mindset. So it's like, hey, this is the new overarching thing. I did wanted to ask you also, like, because you love Sacramento so much,
Yeah.
and obviously the Bay Area, what are some of your recs? Where are your go-to spots?
Ooh, so I have so many. And so I don't know if you know that, like, there's people around the NBA, especially like the people that are traveling with the team, like broadcasters and stuff. Like, they'll go to certain cities and they'll be like, this city sucks because of this, or this city sucks. And I think it's so unfair because Sacramento will get the both. You'll get
Yeah.
some people being like, "Oh my God, it's actually really nice, like the old Victorian homes and all the trees and like the farm to fork capital. Like, there's so many things." And then there's other people who just stay at the arena, at a hotel, and then you're just walking around a concrete jungle, right? Like it's that's what it is in every city. You have to explore a little outside the city.
Yeah.
And so being able to take people around, and some of my NBA friends around, I'll take them on scooters because then I want
Love a
them like,
scooter.
right? We'll scooter around because then like they're really immersing themselves into like the cute homes, the streets, like everything, everything. But then the places, I always say, there's a few. Like, I'm like, if you like sushi, you got to go to Crew. Amazing.
Okay.
Uh, oh my God.
Definitely love
Elite,
sushi.
elite. Mulvaney's. It's a total local restaurant in this old firehouse in downtown, midtown Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
The owner, Patrick Mulvaney, is just like so invested in this city. He's just like a pure Sacramentan and like loves using, like, sources everything locally. You know, there's him. I'm trying to think, like,
Wait, they call
there's
them
so many.
Sacramentans?
Oh my god. Oh yeah, Sacramentans.
But where,
There's little.
I was thinking about Sacramentonian.
No,
I don't know.
Sacramentan. You're a Sacramentan if you're born and raised here. That's what you are.
A
And
Sacramentan. Okay, I like that.
there's people who want to like identify as that even after living here a certain amount of years. They're like, I love it here. And I was like, I know. I always have to tell people this, this, this. They're like, stop telling people. I like the amount of people that are here right now. Like they're like, don't tell them anymore. And I'm like, okay. And it's
That's
because
funny.
again, there's just like, it's you're gonna hear me protecting my city all the time.
Yeah.
So then usually when someone is like trying to prove to people that their city is great, people are like, okay, there's got to be something more wrong with it. But it's not the case. I just love the hell out of this place.
What's the hill you'll die on then regarding Sacramento?
I mean, I guess it's like I this just wouldn't this would be like such a hot take to people. It would be like I think it's one of the greatest NBA cities.
Hmm.
And that goes to the and like so many people would just be like, she's crazy, she's a homer, blah blah blah. But I truly believe, and I've been told this by people around the league, we have one of the best arenas in the league by far here at Golden One Center. We have one of the best fan bases, if not the best. Like, these people have been through hell and back.
Yep.
And they are on their feet cheering in the middle of a losing season when someone is diving on the ground for a loose ball. Like, you don't, and you just don't get that everywhere. You don't get that spirit everywhere.
And the
so
Valkyries
like,
still sold out every game.
well, okay, and so then going to the Valkyries, even, that's the other place. So like, being Sacramento Kings here and then being Golden State Valkyries there, but not
Yeah.
Golden State Warriors, which, by the way, like, I obviously don't hate the Warriors just because I'm in
course.
Sacramento. Like, I've had a deep respect for them and Steph and Steve Kerr and all of those teams for so many years. The style, beautiful. But
Mhm.
now that I get to cheer on and obviously call games for the Golden State Valkyries, I'm telling you, Dylan, it was the only comparable crowd, and I said this to so many different WNBA fans, I said, was the Sacramento Kings crowd. I was like,
Wow.
these people on their feet, loud as hell, the entire game, the spirit in that building within the WNBA community and the Valkyries fan base especially, it wasn't the same as the Warriors fan base. It wasn't. And I know that for a fact because if you look at like the numbers of
Sure.
ticket season numbers and all those things, all those percentages, blah, blah, blah. But either way, it was just like, you're lucky if you get to be at Valhalla. And so, yeah, it was fun being there every night too.
I've talked to a few people within the organization and, people in their corporate comms because I'm close to those folks. But like, oh my God, I want to go there so bad.
You got to do it. It's an experience. It's
Yeah.
not just well, and that's the thing. That's the difference with Chase Center when it's Warriors. I'm not there, so like
Right.
I don't know. Just people will tell me things, right? So
For sure.
I haven't experienced it, but with all the people that were there for Warriors and then for Valkyries talking about the differences or like the community or the people or whatever. Not to say it was like better or worse or anything. It was just so different and so unique, and
Yeah.
especially that it was WNBA. If you are ever going to come in this area in Northern California, you have to go to a Valkyries game. Have to.
Absolutely. I mean, I definitely want to. I told this to Jess Smith herself. I need the team to do something with Tessa Thompson.
Ooh.
I need it to happen. She is literally Valkyrie. I'm a Marvel nerd. I should have prefaced with that. She literally plays Valkyrie in the MCU. Like anything.
That is
I
so
have
funny.
begged, pleaded. Joe Lacob can give up like a penny stock. Like give her like the smallest stake in the team. I don't care.
Did
Just
Jess Smith?
something.
What did Jess Smith say?
She was like, "Oh, we know." I'm like, "Do you know who Tessa
Uh,
Thompson is?" And she's like, "Oh, we know who Tessa Thompson is." And
oh,
I'm like, just get her in the building somewhere. She can stand there. It does not matter because Jess once asked me. She was like, "Do you have any feedback for us?" I'm like, "Me? Just a mere
no.
young adult." And she's like, "Yeah, but you talk to people." I didn't have an answer for her the first time she asked it to me
Yeah.
because I was kind of stunned. And then the second time, I said what I did about Tessa Thompson because like she's literally the Valkyrie. I'm like, come on.
Dude, it's so I guess with Jess Smith, that's what makes her so amazing too. Like she's just she has set a tone. Her, the rest of the front office, the coaching staff, they've set a tone and a standard from the beginning of from the beginning of the season, but then their tone is very collaborative. And
Yeah,
that's why even her asking you that question, it just doesn't surprise me. Like
for sure.
she is one of a kind. She is not only great at what she does, she is a fantastic human. And like an organization like this is so lucky to have her and so many others.
Oh, for sure. I completely agree. I want to ask also, is your favorite color purple?
Ha! You know what's funny? It's not, but now I feel like it has to be because I'm bleeding purple year round now.
And
Like
you have for many years.
I know. Well, and I so Sacramento Kings that royal purple, it's like
Yeah.
changed. It's had its tweak and its updates. It's evolved over the years. So I like where it is now, but like that violet, the Valkyries violet that we
Mm-hmm.
rock this year, that is by far one of my favorite colors now.
Really?
One of my favorite colors. Oh my God. I mean, you can wear it year round. It's just like
True.
this. I know it's a very springy, like bright color, but now that it's like associated with the team too, there's something super badass about it. I love that. And I guess even like our podcast logo, our new we've evolved our logo over the years, but
Sure.
like our newest one has like a lot of like purple and kind of that violet color in it. So yeah, I guess my new favorite color is gonna be purple.
I love that. You know, you had mentioned something before about your preparation. You had said that you make a whole day of prep. Really, you always want to get into that mindset. And I'm curious. Like, obviously, the team gives out media materials and things like that. I'm curious what you find most valuable in a game notes section. Do you appreciate the humor, a humorous stat that's thrown in there, or do you appreciate like a really deep record?
So I'll do a lot of my own research first
Sure.
because by the time you get the game notes, sometimes it feels like it just feels like okay, you've already done so many of the things that you've needed to do. But when you actually read through them and you see like a fun little nugget that you didn't see, that's when I'm always like, oh yes, I love this. But it's funny too because we also have a service with I guess the Valkyries. We do this in the NBA too, and it's called like Stat Factor, and
Yeah.
it's a whole bunch of different. It's like they'll send charts, they'll send notes, but then they'll send like quick little facts and stuff too. And then when you get these little facts too, you're just like okay, and then you'll see some of those in the game notes too. So there's a lot there, but I guess for the game notes, the most valuable thing to me is when the coaches speak.
Yeah. No, that's for sure true.
Pregame. It's
Because
always there. And coaches, there are so many teams like Stephanie White in the Indiana Fever because they would have Caitlin Clark speak at a certain time and then Stephanie White speak. I was like, oh, this is very valuable for just this reason alone. So, no,
sure.
but people do a great job on their game notes.
Oh, absolutely. There was something I really have always appreciated about, your career is that you've seen first of all, you seem incredibly genuine and have it's clear you have a lot of fun with what you do.
Yeah.
To the point where I saw that you got a tattoo of a lion
Yeah.
on your wrist because of a bet you made. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Who was that bet with? And
Oh.
walk me through that a little bit. Because
So
people joke they're gonna get tattoos, but few actually do it.
NBC Digital, like the digital team, was at a media day, right? And they were like, "Hey, can you draw this logo?" And this logo is Slamson. It's like Slamson, the mascot for the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah.
It's like his head. It's not Slamson. It's a lion logo, right? It's one
Mm-hmm.
of their alternate logos, whatever. And they're like having players draw it, and so like I have to draw it on this iPad, and it's so bad. And this is what I drew, right? I'm like,
I
oh my
love
god,
it.
this.
It's better than what I could have done.
Well, thanks. And
I
I'm
can't
like,
draw.
they're like, if the Kings make the playoffs, will you tattoo that on your body? I'm like, yeah, I'll tattoo this on my body. The Kings haven't made the playoffs in 16 years. They're not going to make the playoffs this year. Like it was Mike Brown's first year. It
Yeah.
was just like, it would be insane. Like what in our right minds think like that this is going to be the year? It happened at the end of the year. They brought it back up, and they're like, can you tattoo this on your body? And I'm like, I mean, yeah. And I remember like I wanted to wait until it just everything felt so busy, and I wanted to wait. And I had to find a tattoo artist. Like I had to do the work.
Well,
And so then I
yeah.
found, yeah. And so then I found the tattoo artist in Sacramento. She is absolutely amazing. And yeah, and I was like, I want it really small on me. And even my boss was like, I'm really shocked that you actually got the tattoo and went through it. And I'm like, I have tattoos. Like, I'm
Yeah.
down. And it reminds me of one of the most special years
For
in
sure.
Kings history. And I got to cover it. It was so cool.
Which I feel like a natural follow-up is, will there be a Valkyries tattoo coming soon?
Oh, my God. If the Valkyries win a championship, I would probably get like a little Valkyries tattoo somewhere.
Are we? Is that bet coming on right now?
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, yeah. Win a championship. I guess what Joe Lacob said in the next 5 years, that's their goal. So I would have to get like, what would I get? You know
Maybe
what
like
I'd probably
the V
get?
or a
I would,
sword.
no, I would have the tattoo say V's up. That's what
V's up. Okay.
I love saying that. They started that chant in the beginning of the season. They kind of went away from it. Like the people were making fun of it and stuff,
Yeah.
which makes sense. Like it's kind of funny, but
Sure.
that's what I found so like perfect about it. I'm like,
Okay.
it's so different and weird and quirky. I'm like, I love it. And so like I was on a family trip, and like anytime we liked something, I'd be like, throw your V's up if you guys like this, and like my whole family's like throwing their V's up. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I would get V's up.
Okay, I love that. That's great. I don't have any tattoos, but I would. I don't know what I would get just yet.
Well, see, you can't just force it too.
I know that's also true, and yeah, I know you can't force it. There was something I have wondered about you as well. Is, on the topic that you are like incredibly genuine. You had a lot of people support you throughout the years, and I also read that you said you doubted this whole business, you doubted this whole industry, you said it wasn't made for you, and you even went as far to say like many people were not on your side. Now, obviously, many people are. Who wasn't on your side then, and who is now?
I think when I even look back at that time, it was so early in my career, and it's like I was at a place where like I was being bullied, and like people, it was just like egos and weird, like it was
Yeah.
all the things that you would see on a TV or movie, right, of like people being like all those weird personalities like within the business. And that happened in LA, but I was like, okay. And then when it happened earlier in my career too, I remember just being like, what? I can't do this. Like I can't. This is supposed to be fun for me. And this is like even
Right.
before I was doing sports and I was just doing some TV stuff. And I was like, this is supposed to be fun. Like, production is in my blood. Like, I love creating. I love all that, even besides the sport. And
Yeah.
so when I felt that, I felt like there was, I don't know, like I had to get out of it because maybe I wasn't going to experience that anywhere else. Then when I started to experience that in other job fields and seeing that, like, oh, this happens everywhere. And but I was, at least I had health insurance and was making money, right? Like, that's the
Very
difference
important.
between like TV and broadcasting in your beginning stages compared to like a different job where they can actually give you benefits and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
right away. And so I remember being like, okay, well, I'm not doing what I love and I'm still feeling these feelings, or I can go like make no money, have no benefits, have people, those egos, whatever, do their thing, but like I'm doing what I love.
Yeah.
Like, let's do that. And when I dug back into that, it was the best decision. And still so many doubters, people pushing back,
Of
all the
course.
different things. I mean, you didn't go to a broadcasting school, you didn't do this, you didn't. It's like everyone's path is different. And if you have the understanding, the mentality, the work ethic, and you're kind to people, you can do it. You can do anything you want to do in this world. And that was like my ultimate mentality with it. And I wasn't going to let people tell me no or I wasn't good enough. And that's also why I created my own platform with Deuce, because we
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that there was a place for us to always have creative freedom without someone telling
Mm.
us no or doubting us, because we weren't going to care. And ultimately, our podcast is what helped us get these jobs with NBC, with the Kings, with
Yeah.
all the different things. So yeah, it's not about like people weren't on my side. It was just like anything that anyone deals with in life. It's just
I
like
do.
yeah, there's just some people out there that are, and it's more about them, and they're just insecure with themselves, and that's okay.
Absolutely agree. Well, one question I do end every episode with is, just complete professionalism aside, like the Valkyries, the Kings, all that aside, like just you, Morgan Ragan, as a person, what's something you like most or admire about yourself?
Ooh. uh, that's so funny. It's so like I hate my birthday because like I'll get attention on my birthday. Like I have a hard time with like
When is it, by the way?
September 21st. So it
Oh
just
my
happened.
God!
I know. So it just happened. And
Happy
like,
belated birthday!
thanks. And like people will text and like people say nice things, and it's like it's just really it's so amazing, but sometimes like I have a hard time like taking that all in, and like I just want to be like, well, you're amazing, well, you're great, but it's like not their birthday, so like I don't get to do that back to them right there. But anyway, so I guess like what I would admire about myself, it just feels weird to talk about, but I need to get confident in this. I lit By the way, too, just to like, I don't know, maybe this could always help people viewing, but like I go to I see a therapist, and mainly about confidence
The
and
same.
performance anxiety. And like, because like I have like, ultimately I have a good foundation in my life, like family, all these different things, and so like I'm good. But when it comes to like being hard on myself, I can get really down
Sure.
and nitpicky, and so we can all get there. But like, I needed to fix it. I needed to do something about it. So I started seeing a therapist, and like they're helping me with tools, and so I'm trying to even get better at like being confident in saying these things. So what I admire about myself, I don't know, my ability to just like maybe connect with people. Like I just I ultimately like I enjoy being around people, especially in this business, and
Yeah.
hearing their stories and like all these different things that we kind of talked about before we even got on here. Um, it's nice. I think there's a lot of good humans out there, and like getting to know their story a little bit and connecting with them, and um, sharing that with people is really cool. And I don't know, I guess maybe I do a good job of that. I don't know.
I love that. I think that's an awesome answer. It's definitely something to admire for sure. Because
Oh,
it's so hard to connect to people, honestly.
yeah.
Sometimes it's very hard.
Yeah. But but that's what's funny too. I'm not someone, when I say I'm not a friends person, there's so many people that have good friendships out there. They call each
Yeah.
other all the time. They text each other. They go see each other. My career is so important to me, and it's like it takes
Hmm.
so much out of me that like I've sacrificed friendships. And then
Right.
there's been the true friends, like a lot of who end up actually are in this business or just kind of around Sacramento, who understand that, and like they don't take it personally. Like they just understand like where like my priorities lie, but it doesn't mean I don't love them or care
For sure.
deeply about them. So that's something I'm also just always trying to balance.
I love that. I think that's awesome.
Is this a therapy session? No, I'm kidding.
Maybe. I have one later.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Yes. Oh, go to therapy, people. It's so good for you.
I actually do have one more question for you.
Yeah.
WNBA finals predictions? I think I would be remiss if I didn't ask that.
Let's see. So it could be, I would love to see what? Lynx Aces.
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah, I would love. Well, because think about that. Right now it's Lynx Mercury,
Mm-hmm.
Aces Fever.
Yes.
I'm like making sure I have that right. It's funny because I had to miss some games last night. I was
Mhm.
at a work event. So I think it would be like the best story, especially since like Caitlin Clark is out. That's like all that stuff, whatever. I, Kelsey Mitchell, anything is so fun. So like I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to like count her out of this conversation. But like thinking about like Nafisa and Asia and that whole angle, it could get spicy. So
Morgan, thank you so much for coming on. It means the world to me, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you do next and into next season.
of course, no, thank you so much for having me on, Dylan. This was fun. I appreciate you.
This episode is brought to you by Digital Sport by Hot Paper Lantern, a division of the PR, brand, and marketing agency Hot Paper Lantern. Digital Sport by Hot Paper Lantern helps brands grow at the intersection of sports, tech, and gaming. Learn more at hpldigitalsport.com or find them on LinkedIn at Digital Sport by Hot Paper Lantern.